Hello and welcome to Chess to Impress. These are lessons for beginners, usually who are unrated to 700 rating and who have just started to play chess and who knows the basics of the game. As we progress in the series, we will discover and talk about various themes that will help you build a strong base. The first theme that we're going to talk about today is what is blocking, how do we block in chess, and why do we block. As we all know that the pawn has 1 point, the knight and the bishops are 3 each, the rook is 5, and the queen is 9, and the king has a lot of points. The king is the most important piece, the queen is the most powerful piece, right? In chess, when your pieces are attacked, you can either retreat, you can capture the attacker, or you can block. But like I said, blocking only works when the blocking piece is worth the same or less than the attacking piece. As you can see in position number 1, the bishop on c3, the bishop on c3 is attacking our queen on g7. Our queen cannot move, right? If I try to move my queen, the queen cannot move because it will be an illegal move. My king will be in direct line of sight. So my queen cannot move as my queen is pinned, and the only way I can do or the only way I can make my piece live or survive is by playing f6. Now this move, the pawn from f7 to f6, what it does is it blocks the bishop's attack on my queen. So I save a piece which is more worthier than the piece which is attacking it. So the queen is 9, the bishop is 3, I've managed to save the queen. Position number 2. Do you see a good attack that white can play? I do. If the bishop comes to e4, a rook will be in danger. Now there are two ways to block the attack. The first one is knight c6 and the other one is c6. If you play the move knight c6, even though you block it, this is not correct because you will lose the knight for nothing. But if you block it with the pawn, your pawn is defended by the knight, and if the bishop takes the pawn, we can take the bishop back with our knight. Position number 3. The rook on a1 is attacking our bishop on a8. Our bishop is trapped by our own knight, and the only way we can save the bishop is by blocking the rook's attack, and the only way to do it is by moving our knight from b7 to a5, right? Because if the rook captures the knight, that's of no good to them because they're going to lose 5 points and we're going to only lose 3 points. Position number 4. As you can see in this position, the bishop on f3 attacks our rook on b7. We can retreat, yes we can do, but what if I want to block the bishop's attack? There are two ways. Firstly, you can play knight to d5 because if the bishop takes, our bishop takes and is about equal. And also, we can also play the move, maybe we can play bishop c4, or maybe we can play, the best correct move is to play bishop d5. Give up the bishop for the bishop. If the bishop takes, remember our knight is protecting that particular square. So why do we block? We block to save our pieces which have more value. We block to avoid losing our pieces, and blocking is a good way to save pieces in the future.